Hey, I'm Andy Addis. I'm a product manager for the Dunkin mobile app. My primary responsibilities are taking all of the feedback and the initiatives that the brand has, whether it be from our marketing side or our IT side and our security team, and channeling that to new features for the mobile app to push out. So when we think about new products, we have to think about both the users and the franchisees, and we have to satisfy both of those user groups. So sometimes it takes a little bit longer to come up with the ways to make sure that we can satisfy both. The immediate direction from a user, the immediate feedback we get from users may be to add in a new feature. But we have to take that back internally and kind of digest that and see how it can work also from the franchisee model and make sure that it doesn't mess up any of their business from the crew perspective or speed of service in the drive-through and in the on-the-go order lines. Customer love is extremely important to Dunkin', and the way I see it is more customer passion. Up in the Northeast, people love Dunkin', so how do we expand on that and how do we pull that forward? One of the tools that we use is Apptentive to truly understand how customers do love Dunkin'. So using Apptentive's love dialogue and all the different surveys that we have there, we can understand the sentiment from the user to say, all right, if they really love Dunkin', but they had a bad experience, how do we make sure that that user comes back? Apptentive helps us answer a lot of questions, but the one that I like the most is really just our overall sentiment after we release a new version. We can get a quick read on how people are liking the app, the new updates to the app, or if there are issues with the apps. So we released something new last week. We want to understand the sentiment from the user, both on Android and iOS, and we'll try to understand if there are any issues, people liking the changes or people not liking the changes. Do we impact the business in a negative way or in a positive way, which is always great to report on. But looking at those negatives for those outliers. The surveys are great. They allow us to get a lot of different type of information, whether it be big or large. A lot of menu enhancements. Our menu's huge. You can do a number of different combinations. I think technically you can do like 15,000 different combinations with the drinks. Bringing that all into the app is very difficult, so we can't necessarily support all that. And one of the things that we look for in Apptentive surveys is to understand what more we should add in. One example that we had recently was people wanted more or less ice in their iced coffee. They don't like it as watered down, or they want it more watered down, whatever it is. So we were able to take that feedback and push that into an app change and get that out back to everyone. So now there's an option to select more or less ice in the app. The nice thing about Apptentive is that they try to help users get to the App Store. They make it easy for them, which is helpful for us because we know there are a lot of people who love Dunkin', they love the app, but usually if you don't have a great experience with the app, you may not go in and rate it. So now bringing that into the app using iOS's now prompt or somewhere coming up on Android, we're able to get that rating in the app while they're in the flow, while they're using it, and actually get beneficial feedback rather than just rants in the App Store that sometimes aren't even related to the app itself. One of my favorite things with Apptentive, or the successful things that we use a lot, is the notes section. The notes section allows us to easily get a pop-up or an offer or a promo out to our user base in 10 minutes. And I've used that a lot, kind of keep that in my back pocket and use it with the brand if we ever need. We've used it on National Coffee Day when we wanted to add some clarity to what our offer was. We can add a quick note there to make it easy for our users to continue using the app. In the eyes of a coffee and donut world, we're definitely not, we didn't come from technology, we know coffee and donuts. So bringing in technology into that phase and the users who are, know how to use technology is difficult and fun at the same time. You have to make sure you don't slow down their day. Dunkin's a very on-the-go type of business, and we want really the person to get in and out as quick as possible. And making that as easy as possible with the mobile app, bringing in on-the-go ordering and anything like that, definitely helps speed up their time and works for us as a business as well.